everybody, welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying my commentary so far because I'm going to commentate the entire series. And again, I do apologize about the crunching, munching noises in the last video if I was munching too loud for y'all. Okay, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns and the plot holes. I'm going on a date with Josh's friend. Now, one thing that's interesting about this is that Greg is never mentioned by name in any of the titles. However, Josh is, Nathaniel is, and even Trent is, has his own name in a title. But Greg never has his name in a title. He's always just Josh's friend, which is why I don't consider Greg a series contender. Along with the fact that he knew that Rebecca was into his best friend when he asked her out. After almost sleeping with a guy she met on Tinder, Rebecca resolves to make healthier choices and decides to go on a date with Greg. Except that Jason, the Tinder guy, we meet him again later, and he is actually a very kind and understanding man. So, honestly, I ship Rebecca Jason, but that's just me.
Josh hit the skate park with his nephew every Saturday morning.
Yeah, they might. I just thought it might be fun to run into him, but I want to learn how to skate regardless.
No, cultivating interests so that you can have more in common with a guy, that's perfectly fine. It's just the fact that she's so in denial about it. She just quits anything that she's not instantly good at. We see that with this and with ping pong later. And we also get to contrast her with someone who is an instant expert in everything he does.
He pops up, disappears, pops up, disappears. It's hilarious.
She clearly doesn't think it's hilarious. To Josh, y'all are just cash buds, right? So he's not gonna think it's a big deal if he's popping up and disappearing. I remember I had a really weird talk with one of Loki's friends in trade school. She was all mad because he'd gone upstate for a week without telling her to be with his family, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm really mad that he didn't text. And I was like, why would he? They weren't good friends. If my sister goes somewhere and doesn't text me for a week, yeah, I'm gonna be kind of freaked out, They were friends, but they weren't super close friends. I've got friends I barely talk to. I go off the grid for a week, they don't even notice, you know what I mean? And if they did and they were weird about it, I wouldn't want to hang out with them anymore.
No, she never even had an awkward phase. Believe me, I've checked all of her Facebook albums.
Why would she post her awkward phase on Facebook?
Becca, how are you? UTI's under control?
Ew!
So now basically she has a life you could have had, almost had, but ruined with all your ridiculous choices.
Well, if you want to marry a hedge fund manager and make junior partner at Rebecca's old law firm, you go right ahead. No one's stopping you, sweet cheeks.
So anyway, I've decided to eat my feelings, and it turns out my feelings are pork rinds, whoopie pies, mac and cheese. Yeah, I'm going full on Kathy cartoon because I'm afraid of needles and needles.
Is your dad leaving also while you're afraid of needles? I'm gonna keep bringing this shit up.
Jason?
Is that the Jason who's super into Dance Dance Revolution from the last episode? Because it looks like he could be.
Is this okay? Do you consent to this activity?
Yeah.
Great. You consent to this activity. That's weird, man.
Subject demonstrates lack of judgment combined with poor impulse control. Do you want to get weird?
Hey, sexy stranger, come back to my place, and I hope you're not a murderer. Kiss me, baby, all over the place, and please don't be a murderer. Maybe a 3-month window ain't got.
So that pose that she just did was basically downward dog, and she's like, oh, I'm terrible at downward dog, but in her head she's great at it. I find that interesting. Also, why wouldn't you find out if he has STIs before you have sex with him? I mean, I would. Poor Jason. That's insane. You're worrying about whether he's a murderer, has STIs, and is gonna harvest your kidneys after you've already taken him home and you're making out with him. Honey cakes. What?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Stay naked.
Stay naked!
Oh, I get it. You want to watch TV while we're doing it. That's hot. It actually helps me last longer. Good idea.
He is so understanding.
I think that it's time for me to start making healthier choices.
Oh, sugar tits. I have seen the rest of the show. You do not make healthy choices. In fact, you turn down everybody who is both viable and actually interested in you. You make terrible choices. Like, if you actually got to know Jason, he might be pretty cool of a guy. And in fact, that's the impression I got in the, like, Cats episode. But instead, you're just, like, passing all this judgment on him because you met him online, which is where you were in the first place. Like, you were doing the online swiping just as much as he was, right? So who the fuck are you to judge, right? And you're chasing after Josh, who has a girlfriend that he's been with since high school. And he dated, you were like a 2-month fling in summer camp for him. And yet, 10 years later, you're chasing after him. And yet, when someone shows up who's been in love with you for 9 years, you're like, ew, oh my god, this is so weird. Really?
You're not a healthy choice. And now I'm into like all the good stuff. We're talking like Kabbalah, bee pollen, colonics.
Oh, so you're into all the dumbass fads. Because you went to Harvard and Yale, but you still don't have a brain in your pretty little head. Okay, I got it. I got it.
She didn't really answer. She's made this, like, choking laugh sound. I think she has asthma.
I think she's rude, and you can do better, sweetie. But good for you for trying. Yay.
Sad. Josh likes to go to the Aloha Tech Center over on South Cameron.
Wait a second. There's an episode in season 3 that says, ooh, South Cameron's really shady, but Aloha Tech is there, and it becomes like this kind of important place. So, fact check on aisle 3, maybe? Continuity check, perhaps?
What are you drinking? Leprechaun blood?
Chlorophyll?
Really needs to be like an older guy, maybe like a professor.
You tried that, sweetie. Didn't work out very well.
But like 2% milk or seitan beef, I almost taste the same.
Wait, you want her to taste you? Also, plenty of guys have asked me to settle for them. None of them have had a singing voice like that. Oh my god. Santino Fontana is amazing.
If he's your broken condom, I'm Plan B.
Plan B does not always work. Ask me how I know.
Settle for me in a sad way, darling, it's fate.
I don't buy it.
Let me take care of the essay. I got it. And this puppy is ready to ship.
That was 10 seconds.
So, you don't think there's like any reason that I shouldn't? Any reason at all?
Not that I can think of.
He's kind of bitter and judgmental.
I think you're overqualified. You reference Kafka in it? Someone who gets this upset about Harper Lee and, whether the book was a prequel or first draft does not sound chill.
No.
Wait, she wrote all of that in 10 seconds? No.
Try me, Greg.
Okay,
Try
okay.
me.
Actually, a lot of vegan foods are quite delicious. As long as they're cooked in a way that complements the flavor of the vegetable, rather than trying to make it taste like meat, you know what I mean?
Every year after my dad left on his birthday, I'd send him like a handmade card.
Wait, but in an episode in season 2, you give him a bunch of cards to make up for all of the years that you've missed or something. Was that Father's Day or what the fuck was that? Or Christmas or something. I don't know. Continuity.
Hey, is this vegan?
Yeah, certified organic. No.
It's a fucking guacamole.
Scoff if you want, but the hipster one is more authentic. So Abuela's clearly had sour cream in it, and anybody will tell you that's not authentic Mexican guacamole.
Well, okay. Okay, white girl, don't at me, I'm Asian. You're trying to say that the abuela, the Mexican grandmother, isn't making authentic guacamole. But this isn't the last time that she, like, white-splains ethnic food, and it just, like, don't.
It's very funny. It's cute, the vegan thing.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's like how you became Buddhist, like yesterday.
Okay. You're being really mean. You're making fun of me.
Hey, what's wrong?
I mean, on the one hand, yeah, Greg can be kind of douchey, but on the other hand, he's calling her out on her bullshit, and she's just like, oh, you're being mean to me, which kind of reminds me of one of my ex-girlfriends, so I don't love that.
What should I do with the 2 condoms that you made me wear?
Okay, wearing 2 condoms is a terrible idea because the friction will cause them to both break.
So I'll call you.
That's okay.
Text. Find you on Facebook.
Take a hint, dude.
LinkedIn it is.
So cute! And he's like, again, this is an example of her turning down someone who's actually willing, available, and interested. And safe. So... God, this girl has so many issues, dude.
A dude just left your apartment. You took some guy home from our date and slept with him? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, okay, what she did isn't great, but dude, you just fucking pushed past her into her apartment, into her home, without being invited. Like, whatever she did before then doesn't excuse you being a rude guest.
I'm not an adult, like what we were doing back at the taco festival, like being like all adulty. That's just not me, okay? Like,
you are 26 years old, get your fucking shit together. God, I was a mess at 26, but I was not that bad.
You've done something so horrible.
You know what's interesting is sometimes when she says horrible, sometimes she uses the New York accent that's supposed to be her character, and then sometimes she uses the California accent of, like, the actress.
They just thought it was a bit pretentious.
Pretentious?
Yeah, they asked me if I went to Harvard, and, like, not in a good way.
What other way is there?
The pretentious, snobby way.
Hand out lays and sell VCRs?
VCRs? Hey, there's no such thing.
Yeah, there is. I have one. And so does my 73-year-old dad.
I have an IQ of 164 on the entire...
No! You do not! Because I have an IQ of 134 and I'm smarter than you. In a lot of ways. So... no.
I know nothing about life.
No shit.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, are you Audra Levine? And the answer is, Alex, no. I'm not Audra Levine, and I never will be Audra Levine, okay?
Who the fuck is Audra Levine is what Alex is thinking. Those pizza donuts? That is disgusting.
Oh, it's my mom.
So, like, why would her mom call her at work, though, is what I want to know.
This class blows, I quit.
Spoilers, but there's a scene down the line where she basically gets kicked out of her community college because she completed every class, except she didn't complete abnormal psych. So, what?
I left my wife for a prostitute.
Oh no. Better now than later, I suppose.
So that was recorded August 9th, 2021. Edited March 13th, 2026. I'm not on a schedule, so I can't promise when the next one's gonna come out. I don't get paid for this, I do this just for fun. I don't even think I've fully commentated every single episode yet. They moved off of Netflix when I was partway through season 3. But with that in mind, if you want to keep an eye out for the next episode or the next edit, I guess you could subscribe if you wanted to. I'm not the boss of you. But just know that I do not post with any sort of regularity. I post when I feel like it. So, cheers.